Just thought I'd show how to wire a backup camera to a 2007 Audi Q7. If you want to wire it to the stock screen over there, then you have to buy an adapter for it, and they're kind of expensive. So another thing you can do is just buy a screen. This one here I believe is 5.1 inches, and when you're sitting in the seat it doesn't block your vision at all. And just to give you kind of a test of what it looks like here. So let's, there you go. So the way to wire this in is actually pretty simple. What I did is I used some little plastic things to put the wire going down here, and then it splits off. It has the three. And the camera that you buy always has one of these yellow ones, and the screen actually came with a thing that plugs into the red one for the power, and it splits out to a red and a black for ground and for positive. And so all I did is wired that. You can kind of see right here where I go underneath, and I wired it. And all you got to do is just hold on. If you just have a couple of tools like these, you can just stick this down in and pry it up a little bit, while with the other hand you're just pushing it underneath. And it was pretty easy to do. You go along, all the way along. Whoop, gotta open the door here. And then you go through this one, and then right up here you won't be able to do it anymore, but that's not a big deal. You can just kind of fish it up there. Then in the back you just have your choice. I actually wired it to a little bit bigger wire because my wire ran out. So I wired it to a 16 gauge speaker wire, but you could probably use 18 or 20 gauge probably. And then I just wired mine kind of underneath the seat and over here where I went back in the panel. Actually, that's what I did with the power wire. With the video wire, I tried just going right down here, and I was able to stuff it in the seam right here, and then you can barely see it. Right, you can't even see it in the camera. It's right there. It goes underneath here, so it's completely hidden. And then inside of this, all you got to do is buy a 12 volt 40 amp 4-pin or 5-pin, but you only need a 4-pin relay. And you can look up online how to do it, but see, I've got pin 30 going to my cigarette lighter for constant power. Then I've got let's see, this one, pin 85. Pin 85 is going down to ground, and there's a ground right down there. You can see it, and there's like a screw for where there's a bunch of grounds. And then I've got the trigger wire is this one, which is pin 86, and that just goes right down to your reverse light. And I went down through, there's a hole down in there. It's hard to see it with the camera. There's a hole right down through there, and it comes on the bottom side. Let's see if I can see it. It kind of comes down the bottom part of the vehicle, but you can go up over this kind of mesh thing, and you can come anyway. When you pull out this light, you can come up through. You can just fish it up through with a clothes hanger and connect it to your reverse light. That will trigger it to come. That'll trigger the power to come on when you're in reverse. And then the power, what I did was I connected, I took off this door panel thing. I actually drilled a hole right there, and I wired my my camera down through there. And then what I did was, I took this whole thing off, and I connected the power from the camera to the power cable that I had wired back from the screen. So I took the camera wire was long enough to go down through here, come down, and come down all the way down to right here. And I was able to actually connect it right here. So this black one right here, this one comes straight from the camera, this one comes straight from the screen, and I was able to split those out, connect both powers together, and then connect both powers into this relay. So when the trigger turns on, the power will pull from the 12-volt battery, and it will supply power up through here to both the camera and the screen at the same time. Works like a charm. It's perfect. I mean, I don't get any fuzz. Every time I put it in reverse, it works perfect. I don't have a flickering screen, nothing. It's great. So that's how you can do it on the Audi Q7. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.